If you've always wanted to support the show with your hard-earned cash, now's the time to pause, go to Patreon, and search out FNRad. Join one of our tiers. You'll get ad-free episodes every week, one day early, plus more cool stuff. The FNRad Snowboard Podcast is presented by Skyview Campers, Never Summer's innovative take on the tiny home. Designed and built in beautiful Colorado. Check out skyviewcampers.com. Wired Snowboards builds quality snowboards by hand 10 minutes away from my house. Visit wiredsnowboards.com and order one today. Fixed bindings are easy to adjust, long-lasting, high-performance bindings built to have less impact on the environment. Check out fixedbindingco.com. Rip Curl Outerwear, strength, durability, and performance. Designed to search further in the snow, head to ripcurl.com and check out the Anti-Series jacket. I can't wait to rock this thing. NewGreens, 100% organic, vibrant green juice. Buy yourself some at newgreens.com and use code FNRad at checkout for 20% off. The Boardroom Snowboard Shop, best selection, best prices, Vancouver's premier snowboard shop. The Boardroom ships to anywhere in North America, so go to boardroomshop.com or visit their stores in Vancouver and North Van. Support also comes from Mount Seymour, Grouse Mountain, Cypress Mountain, the Pro Standard GoPro accessories, and our friends at 1910. You can use code FNRad at checkout for 20% off at 1910.com. The Haven's a center for transformational learning located on beautiful Gabriola Island. Plan a visit at haven.ca and use code FNRad at checkout to save 10% off their Come Alive program. Darrah, Reid, McLean, and Andrew Geeves are two Winnipeg locals who grew up riding together at Forest Mountain before making the jump to Spring Hill to join one of the most influential groups of Canadian snowboarders ever assembled. Both Darrah and Geeves moved to Whistler and both became pro snowboarders. In this double guest episode, we discuss snowboarding and snowboarding-related experiences in the lives of these two Canadian legends. You guys ever wear helmets?
Fuck no.
Were you guys helmet people?
Never.
Sometimes.
So you'll wear them when you're sledding? Do you wear them just to be safe?
Well,
or?
for sure, sledding, you have to wear a helmet. But, I mean...
I didn't when I went, which is weird.
Yeah, I 100% wear my helmet with sledding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sledding, would you wear a helmet? Still no.
Never.
Really? Even if you went out, like,
never
in
worn
Whistler?
a helmet. No. Why would I? I've never worn a helmet.
Yeah, definitely wear a helmet sledding.
Well, no, it's... Yeah, just wear a helmet, for sure. But,
yeah.
I mean, the way I don't rip my sled, you know? Like, it's strictly transportation.
I rip my sled.
It's like I'm not jumping my sled. You know what I mean? I'm strictly going from A to B with trying to get no stucks.
Okay.
You know, because I don't have fucking... Time is of the essence. Money. Shit costs money. I'm not going to go... Like, I'm not a snowmobiler, you know? Like, snowboarder.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's my chairlift.
So what the hell was the deal? You had to snowmobile from Braylorn to where today?
To the bottom of the Hurley in the Pemberton Meadows.
And you had a ride set up, but then the truck broke down.
Yeah.
And then you set up another ride. Thanks for doing that, by the way.
Well, yeah, I fucking got there at 11, was waiting, and something happened to his truck. So waited there till like 1:30, and then I peeled out, ripped back to Braylorn, had a sandwich.
Yeah.
Got in touch with some people. Tried to get a hold of Darrah.
I was in an acupuncture appointment, very relaxed. I got out of my appointment and had a bunch of voice
fucking,
messages.
like, in my boots.
Oh my God.
My fucking snowboard boots, just like, you know, there and back. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And how much out of 10 were you like, yeah, right, you just slept in today and you're not coming?
I was like, I thought maybe you were fucking with me for a minute, but then he got pretty mad.
I was up at fucking 7 a.m, packing my bags, all hyped to get to fucking Whistler.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're here right now.
Yeah, I was surprised
Big mission
too.
to and from.
It's actually not that bad. It's like the drive in the vehicle that's shitty.
Really?
Because it's just like switchbacks going up to the snow line. Can't really go fast.
Yeah.
Like to drive over the Hurley, it takes about 2 hours, 2.5 hours in the summer, and that's with a vehicle. But I mean, there's potholes and rocks and shit you got to watch out for. But when it's groomed for fucking snowmobiling, fly down there.
Yeah.
You know, it takes like 45 minutes. That's
Jesus.
Yeah. So
Took Colton and I 3.5 hours.
like, are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording. So
Nice.
Okay.
when you guys were at Rocky, is that what it is?
Stony Mountain.
Stony Mountain.
Stony Mountain.
Yeah.
Did you ever say, you know, in 10 years, we're going to be riding snowmobiles in Whistler?
I feel like ever since we met, we planned to move to Whistler.
Oh, cool. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah? You guys
Pardon?
were down. You were like, I'm moving to Whistler.
Sorry, I totally blanked out there. I don't know what the fuck.
Stony Mountain.
Stony Mountain?
Stony Mountain days
Yeah.
is like flash forward to now you're sitting here in Whistler. Was this
Oh.
expected? Like, or was this like, fuck it? No,
You know,
we're going to.
It's crazy because I was just talking to Darrah about this, and I was like, how long have we been friends for? And we're going on 20 years now.
Damn.
So where, like, if you would have asked me that back then, if we'd still be friends and if Darrah would be fucking pro traveling the world with her bags packed up, ready to go to Timbuktu tomorrow. Yeah, I would say no, I wouldn't. You know,
but when
been-
we were
not because you don't have the skills, it's just life's crazy.
Yeah, but when we were teenagers, like it was always the plan to move to Whistler, like after high school.
Yeah.
But I don't think we ever would have imagined being this age now and like still chasing snowboarding and we're still hanging out and
That's
Yeah.
rad.
Yeah.
For sure.
So the crew back then was okay. So you two were a crew outside of like
It was kind of like
Stony Creek. You were.
it was like
the two
Stony
of you
Mountain
guys.
crew and then
Stony
Spring
Mountain.
Hill crew.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Spring Hill crew, I think, was like Jake, Saniak, Derek,
Jody.
Jody.
Griff.
No, Griff was
us. Team Stony.
Team Stony. So it was just like me, Griffin, and you pretty much. But then when Griffin moved away to Lake Louise or wherever he went, we started going to Spring Hill because Spring Hill was known for better riding, better park. Remember how bad Stony was?
Yeah. But I feel like at first there was like a Spring Hill Stony Mountain rivalry.
There totally was.
And then we migrated and
No.
everyone kind of migrated to Spring
It's
Hill.
called Stony Mountain. It sounds like it's a mountain, but you guys have described it as a
a gravel pit.
It's a converted gravel pit, yeah.
And Spring Hill is a floodway ditch. And I think both of them, you drive to the parking lot and you go down.
You go down.
So you're riding down
Take
into
the rope
the
back
earth.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going down a mountain. There's no mountain that you went up.
No.
You're
no.
just at flat level, and then you
Yeah.
go down into a crack in the earth, and then back out to your car at the end.
Yeah. You come flying up that fucking hill, Mach 10 on that thing. It'll rip your arms off if you're not careful.
So it's only rope tow. You don't have a
One rope tow and then one like T-bar type of thing.
T-bar.
Yeah.
T-bar is probably
Spring
the
Hill had
worst.
one chairlift.
Oh, did it have a chair?
Shortest
It's-
chairlift in the world.
Yeah, record breaking,
Yeah.
shortest.
But we never rode the chairlift because that was like for the...
You could probably hike up twice by the time one person's going up the fucking chair.
So like actually like when we moved to Whistler, or for me anyways, when I moved to Whistler, like getting on the chair was like kind of scary. And
On
Just
that
getting
chair?
on the chair.
getting on the chairlift here, like getting on the chairlift and getting off of it was like scary my first year in Whistler.
And you were like
Yeah.
a rope tow
Yeah.
aficionado. Most people can't even go up the T-bar on the horse.
T-bar, I think, is the hardest one.
I think
like
so
the one that
too.
goes through your legs.
Yeah,
And it's
or
scary because
behind
if
your
you get
butt,
caught,
or- yeah,
like when you're a kid,
yeah.
if you get caught like with your jacket, which happened to me, you get sucked up into the fucking wheel thing. You're dangling there, like that's terrifying.
Terrifying.
I remember that happened to me at
Yeah.
Stony Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so when you guys were kids, it was just open for you to go. Like there was already snowboarding there. Like you didn't have
Yeah.
to wait until they accepted snowboarding.
No, we're not that old.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm super old.
yeah, no.
Yeah, we used to
No,
go.
but
yeah.
it's like I remember the first box they got. And it was like the shit that they're really behind. You know, like everything in Winnipeg I've always said has been like behind like 5 years.
5.
Like style wise, what's in the now, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. at least.
So I don't know, but like pretty good for back then. Because I mean, like back then, there was only like boxes and shit. There wasn't like a lot of. There'd be like stupid rails and shit.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, did you ever do like
Like ride on rails? Like
missions or
remember,
anything?
like pardon?
Did you guys ever do street missions around Winnipeg or anything like that?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
As
did
a
that
kid.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that kind of fuck, man, like a long time, yeah.
Like slingshots into shit.
Brotos, yeah.
Brotos, no, like bungee or
That was way
it was way before
bungee, yeah.
Yeah. And you didn't do any of
Pre-drop-ins.
that
I
stuff.
wasn't really there yet.
She was like hitting the slopes.
Yeah.
Just getting
I
her
was training.
training,
Getting
yeah.
ready. I did go on a Winnipeg street trip eventually, like years after moving
After
out of
you
there.
moved here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like?
It was awesome. I hit all of Andrew's old spots.
Where when was that?
That for Too Hard. So I don't know how many years ago that was, but hit that like curved creeper kink rail
Yeah.
and the Gold Eyes kink rail.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any footage of Stony Mountain? Like, did you guys make like a Stony Mountain crew edit?
We didn't really have iPhones back then.
No iPhones, no. We had like
The camcorder or something?
we did, but fuck, I don't think we made any edits. No,
Mm-mm.
no. I think the only people that were kind of doing that was like Jake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jake was, and Buckles actually. You mentioned
Yeah.
Jake's cousin Buckles. It would be me, Griffin, and Buckles, and we'd go out and hit, street shit. Like,
Yeah, Jordan still films himself skating right now.
yeah,
He's still getting clips.
yeah, flat ground. I bet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know him too. Like you guys both know him.
Yeah.
But Griffin was kind of the guy who was leading the charge on like progression or something. Like what made Kevin?
He was like the first.
Steezy, man. He just
Yeah.
like you. Sorry, Darrah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, he was the first person from Winnipeg to leave Winnipeg and like show us all that you could leave Winnipeg and like get sponsors and like hit big jumps and get really good at snowboarding
Yeah.
and have
And-
some traction in that way.
And for me, like growing up, I seen him always at this shop called Borders Anonymous, and he was sponsored by there, and that's how we actually met. I seen him in there. He's always hanging out. And I'm like, "Do you work here?" He's like, "No, I'm sponsored by here." And I'd always be in there, and I was like, "You want to hang?" I think I just like exchanged numbers. I'm like, "You want to go skate sometime or something like that?" And so he was always kind of like the pack leader in the sense that he knew what the fuck the legal tricks not to do and what was cool and what wasn't. You
Sure.
know, when it came to skating, so that obviously transferred to his snowboarding, and he was just like an older.
He had a strong value system in like what was cool,
Yeah,
what was not cool,
Yeah,
and he taught everyone who would listen about his value.
Would he
system.
shout at you? Is that the kind of
No.
thing?
He
that-
would poke fun at you
Yeah.
and be like,
I remember I had a
Can't do
board
it.
with stickers, like my first board, probably one of your hand-me-downs, and it had like would have been a forum board, but I had like a Genius sticker on it.
Sure.
And he's like, "You can't do that. You can't have a Genius sticker on a forum board."
yeah, you
And I
can't
was
brand clash.
like, I don't know. I
Nice.
like this sticker. I want to have as many stickers as possible. I'm 15.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a big no to go brand clashing. I learned that
Yeah.
at a super young age, which is good. You can't fucking wear like a, circus shirt with DC fucking shoes.
Yeah.
You look like an
You
idiot.
gotta be loyal.
You can't do a kick flip and a heel flip in the run. The same run. It's just like what? It's like two simple tricks. Like I just remember like little things like that,
Mhm.
Just
But
like
it makes all the difference once
does,
you
man.
once
It's
you
like-
get out here and because nobody's telling you that or teaching you that out here. Out here, it's just like you can get written off for being that kooky backflip guy or whatever it is,
Yeah,
right?
there's
Like,
a lot of those
yeah,
these days for sure. Fucking hell.
I just last week we were at a jump and I was like, "Andrew, I'm just gonna backflip this," and he was like, "Don't be that guy." I was like, "I haven't really done
It's
that
like-
many
and there's
backflips this year."
There's so many shitty backflips out there too. Like
I think I have a nice backflip.
no,
and
you
they're
do have a
fun.
nice backflip. I like your backflip. That's actually a good backflip. It's like a barrel roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick. And like there's the Wildcats, those are dope. You know, I don't know about this fucking weird half Wildcat side flip shit, grabbing like a tuck knee, you know, like no, man. Like it's don't even
Anyways, I guess we inherited a strong value system. Probably started with Kevin.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I lucked out here a little bit. Not that I had a career. I didn't have a career, so it doesn't really matter. But I like hearing just Devin, Seymour kids, Wildcats talking about like what you can't do. Backflips was like off the like even though
Wildcats are dope, but that was like
way
a joke.
It was a joke.
It was a fucking joke.
It was like, let's all run a train on this jump and do
backflips. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to go out and do a sick fucking backflip.
Never. No.
Like, there's always kind of being a skier kind of thing, you know? Like a big laid out backy. Like that shit is so whack. Like, and then you're not just going to lay it out. You're going to fucking grab Tindy or some weird shit and like fucking stretch that bitch out. No.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here with that.
I called up Nicholas Mueller, even though he's canceled, on his landline, and was like, "Hey, are you watching Natural Selection?" Like last year, he's like, "Yeah, I am," and he had been invited to go, but he was like, fuck, I haven't been snowboarding enough. I'm not feeling it. But I was like, it's kind of whack that this curated group of people that are so fucking good are now sort of competing in a like backflip 360 contest, right? Like you got to put a 360 in there.
Well,
definitely.
That's a contest, of course.
Yeah.
You know, it's points, right?
It's points.
And style goes out the window in a contest.
Yeah.
It's just the name of the game. So, yeah, like there's that. You want to win, go do a fucking crazy run full of whirlybirds and whack shit. You know, I don't know.
Would you ever do Natural Selection if they invited you?
No.
It's not your steez.
I'm not trying to make a go out of it anymore. You know, that time is long gone. I'm just enjoying life. I'm actually just rekindling my love for the backcountry. So I'm sure as fuck wouldn't want to go on that shit. That's for sure.
And Darrah, you've been in it. What is it like to be out there on top of one of those runs?
Yeah, it's stressful. It's a very different environment than a filming environment, which I think is more my domain.
And am I right in assuming in a filming domain, you've got a group of friends and they're kind of everybody's cheering you on?
Yeah, typically filming, you're with people that you know really well and they know you're snowboarding really well and they are everyone's helping each other, and you also can control the situation a lot more, choose one feature that you really want to hit. It's very a lot more controlled than a contest setting where it's like you have to go now and you have to hit these things even if you don't want to, and like just
must have been terrifying.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
I give you mad props for even doing that.
Yeah,
though, because
big props on that.
You know, that takes a lot of courage. I think like that's one thing for me is I could not deal with that amount of pressure these days.
I didn't do well with it.
I was never
you
good
did great.
With I don't do well with the pressure.
I was never good at contests. So
didn't you win a bunch of young blood shit and all that when you were
when I was like 13 and the level of riding was like not as a couple of sevens and you're home free.
Yeah.
But it's a way different game now.
Yeah.
So when I met Andrew, I feel like Kevin was like kind of already gone by the time I started snowboarding. And then when I started a little later, and when I met Andrew, he was like the Forum Youngblood kid. And like, I remember people talking about him being like he's on Forum, like he went and did the Youngblood contest. And I remember you had that pink bandana and the brown special blend jacket.
I was a dirty kid. I was a dirty kid, man. Those were the best times. I remember getting like fat packages from 4-Star, which is like Forum and blend. I was, as a dream as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And they would always hook it up because I was homies with Mark Morissette and Dom.
How?
Dude, I think I was just like those contests.
Yeah,
and then like so this is actually all comes back to it because back in the day there was like the cashless crew, not the cashless crew, but there was like Mike Osachuk, Mikey Scott, Dennis Bannock, Adam Drover, Dan Pitts. They would do this tour, and they did like they came to Winnipeg for something, I don't know, around there, and that's how I met them. So I met Bannock and Cashin and all these guys like when I was quite young. So I was always competing and going out west. I'd see them around or whatever, and I don't know, like, and then I won those contests, and then I met Dom, and yeah, like, I don't know, because I skated for Circa too.
Oh,
so
wow.
like I was
Through the shop or whatever?
No, it's through 4-Star distribution.
So they just saw you and they were like, okay, this kid's hooked
Yeah,
up.
Dom was like you have to pick something.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to be a skater or snowboarder?
Really?
Yeah.
And you picked snowboarding?
Pick snowboarding, yeah.
How did Circa come about initially?
I was sponsored for snowboarding through 4-Star and then they Circa.
Okay.
Damn.
Gotcha.
Right. And then
Yeah, so you win the Youngbloods. You win. Basically, the Youngblood thing was like a trick to get the best kids to get a forum sponsorship. I mean, not a trick, but it was like a good gimmick to be like, all right, let's get all the kids to battle.
The Youngblood series is to find the next up and comers.
And it worked though. Like
absolutely,
people
for sure.
really fucking loved that shit.
For sure, man. Fuck it.
And then they had forum Youngblood boards and everything.
That's how Lucas Magoon got noticed.
Yep.
Lucas Magoon. Me and him shared a fucking room back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was wearing tight pants too. He was like all hesh.
Sick.
Crazy.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think Jody's won a Youngblood. I think he won a board or something. That was a big deal for him.
I gave a board to Jake when I won.
You gave a board to me.
Gave a board to you.
Or it might have been, was it a Youngblood board or a Street Dweller board?
Oh, those Street Dwellers with no edges.
But that was like my second, like that was like my first actual snowboard after like the Walmart board or whatever. And that was the board that I moved to Whistler with.
You moved to Whistler with a Street Dweller.
I think it was, or maybe it was a Youngblood. Surely it must have had edges if I was riding the mountain.
If you're riding Whistler, it would have probably had to have edges, I think.
But I do remember. Why the fuck
would I give you a Street Dweller though?
I don't know. I thought, whatever. You gave me a snowboard and I remember I had it set up like regular because you're regular and I just put my bindings on like the markings that you're. Oh, yeah. And then like halfway through my first season in Whistler, someone was like, "Are you riding your board backwards?" And I was like, "I don't know."
Oh my God, that is so awesome. It's amazing.
I had no idea.
When you move out here, he's already here. Do you guys reconnect and you're good friends? Or
yeah, for sure.
Like start hanging out again right
like
away.
We planned on moving out here together, but then Andrew moved out early. I finished high school.
right.
Yeah, I was getting into some bad things back in Winnipeg, so I just pulled the plug.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Trouble and bailed. Bounced and just found another spot.
Yeah, I got kicked out of high school, and then
was it for something good or was it just like attendance
I was
or
selling
something?
weed. Yeah, no, I got arrested. It was pretty sick.
Yeah,
like it was my big last debut at school. It was like me wearing a Tech 9 jersey with shades, and the cops fucking arresting me with the lights on, like 2 cops outside of like the busiest part of the high school.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that was it. That's the last time they ever fucking seen me.
Nobody sees you.
I was out.
And then somebody's like, he's a fucking pro snowboarder in Whistler now.
I don't know.
Yeah, people would have seen that and been like, what the fuck?
But I always thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Because like I definitely remember a couple of teachers that did not support like the idea of trying to make, because it's always been on my mind, like it from a young age.
Yeah. You said grade 2, but were you
exaggerating? Yeah, like grade 2, grade 1, I don't even know. But like I have this journal where like some obvious little fucking rugrat has written like, can't even spell skateboard right. I want to be a pro skateboarder with a little drawing and pro snowboarder.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I actually have a drawing on my phone, I took a photo of it. It's super fucking cool because it's like a guy doing it. This is like before I even really ridden powder or anything, but there's like, must have been a photo I really liked of this guy doing a slash on a cliff. And I drew it out and then I wrote, snowboarding in the mountains brings me peace.
Cool.
Or something like that.
As a kid,
yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it is. I found that quite funny, to be honest, just because that was, I don't even think I had ever ridden powder at that time.
Right.
You know, like
there was never a POW day at Spring Mountain.
Wow, fuck.
No, but we used to go on trips to Banff. We kind of rode powder on the
yeah. Yeah, we used to.
I remember before I moved out west, powder was the stuff that was scraped at the side of the run. Like,
Yeah.
let's go do a powder run.
And you just hit the side.
You'd
Yeah.
hit the side and swoosh through the...
For sure. That's still fun to do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
It's
like if you're just
soft.
trying to get down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fun. Yeah, we used to do this
Our Banff trips.
our
were
Banff
really
trip. So like
really
Kevin Griffin, I don't even know how he comes up with this shit. But anyways, he found this fucking Anglican church that takes a bus of people out to Banff.
Mostly people who go to the church.
Go
but
to church.
somehow a bunch of fucking snowboard kids.
For a good price, right?
Yeah.
For a good price. And then you go out there and you stay in the basement of this
Yeah.
church, which is a gymnastics place. So you could sleep on all. It was super cool.
On the mats.
You bring a sleeping bag.
Bring
yeah.
a sleeping bag, yeah.
So like the front half of this Greyhound bus is all like middle-aged
people.
church people, and the back half is just us, like fucking 16, 17-year-olds, like
I was not 16, 17.
well, whatever.
I was
How-
like fucking 13, 14.
I would have been
12,
15,
13.
I think.
Yeah.
I
I'd
must
be-
have been 15, 16
Mm-mm.
when I went.
No.
Yeah, because I started snowboarding when I was 15.
Nope.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Whatever.
But you're younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah. Were you
Anyways.
bringing like bottles of booze on
So-
there? Some like
However,
vodka
we
coolers
managed
or
to get
something?
alcohol. Like we managed
Yeah.
to get a lot of alcohol,
A
and we
lot.
would go snowboarding all day at Lake Louise, and
Yeah.
then we would go into the streets of Banff and get so drunk
Yeah,
under
yeah.
the bridge in Banff,
So
like just
fun, man.
chugging vodka. That was Andrew, and that was our signature move.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'd go back to this church, just so fucking
Hammer, dude.
so drunk.
Like these poor
with
poor
no
old people.
chaperones. Like so, they're
mean-
not in charge of you.
There
They
was
are, but this
technically
is-
chaperones, but they had no idea how to
No
deal
control,
with us.
man. This is
Right.
fucked. Because
Right.
like, and then like as the years went on, because we did this for I think maybe I did it for like 3 or 4 years.
Okay, so that's it. So I came later.
You came
I
later.
did the last couple.
So
years.
like the first few years it was just weed and shit like that. But as we got older, but I was still young when Walter stole that. Our
Yeah.
buddy. So as the years went on, we acquired more and more pieces of shit to go on this fucking church grill to fucking.
we took over.
And they never
And that was
stopped
it.
you
They
from
stopped
taking
doing it.
over.
Remember that? So check this out.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That dude, right?
Yeah.
He gets so was it Walter?
Okay, so no, Walter stole.
Shout out Walter Weedman.
We were
WAC
such
crew.
delinquents when we were teenagers, but he managed to steal like a 40 of liquor from the liquor store. Maybe we can't say that, but this is
Oh,
20
yeah,
years
it's-
ago.
fuck whatever.
Anyways,
Yeah.
he stole it. He brought it onto the bus. We're on our way back to Winnipeg. This is like a
He
15-hour.
straight up Caspered that. So all y'all that know the movie Kids, he tucked his sweatpants into his socks and just fucking dropped it. 40 ounce of vodka.
As a teenager, as a
yeah,
kid.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he
And
was.
he's just walking out.
He was
with
a punk. He was.
yeah.
He's a good friend of mine. Yeah.
sick.
Him and I never got along.
No, he kicked you in the head.
Oh yeah, so same trip. Same trip. So we're all in the back of the bus.
No way. You took a kick to the head.
Well,
Right in the fucking head.
we're all in the back of this Greyhound and drinking out of this 40 that he had stolen, and like I think he was sitting behind me and I was sitting next to Geeves, and I turned around to face Walter and he just kicked me. And then I need Andrew here to tell the rest of the story, because there was this one kid, I can't remember his name, but he ended up getting so drunk that he was like throwing up, like really sick, and we locked him in the bathroom of the Greyhound because we didn't know what to do. We didn't want to tell the the adults that he had gotten so drunk that he was puking. So we locked him in the fucking Greyhound bathroom and we wouldn't let him out. And I
Was he like, let me out,
at first, and then he passed
Yeah.
out. And now that I think about it, and I actually am really ashamed.
Oh, God.
But we were teenagers and we were shitheads. I feel bad.
You were
about
taking,
that now
you
that
were
I
taking
think
care of
about
a
it.
problem, though.
Yeah, we were, and eventually, finally,
So she says somebody got so hammered they were blacking out and puking, so they just got locked in the.
Oh yeah. We locked them in there, and then we couldn't get in there, so everyone starts taking pisses in bottles, and then we didn't know what to do with them, so we just start fucking throwing the piss bottles in there.
In there.
This guy's passed out. It was just, it was so nasty. I felt so bad for the people that put that on, man. It was
my
it was
God.
terrible.
And that was what ended it.
That's what ended it. That was it. That was the
so
icing on the cake.
Not funny. You know what's crazy?
Is that camera like just pointed at? I think it's just on Darrah the whole time. Is it?
The two of you.
Okay. Is that wide lens?
Yeah.
Cool. What kind of camera is that?
It's a G50, just a Canon
Cool.
camcorder. Kind of the last camcorder that they made. They don't make these things anymore.
It's cool. It's nice and compact and small.
Yeah, it's 4K. So
Does the trick, eh?
it sucks for like follow cams or steady cam or anything.
For this shit, it's alright.
It's fine. It follows your faces.
I feel really bad about our behavior on those trips now that we've just
You were children, though.
relived those memories.
You were kids
we
that
were
were
kids.
just.
We were idiots.
Yeah.
We were up to no good in high school. We were shitheads.
Heavily, yeah, for
and
sure.
you made it through high school.
I graduated.
Darrah
honor
was
roll.
pretty badass. Though.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
I had a good balance of being a delinquent, but also caring about school a little bit.
I did not care about school.
Yeah.
Did you get your GED or anything like that? You didn't bother.
No, I
It's
think I
not
only
worth
got.
it.
I got like half my grade 10.
Yeah, but you were a child star in snowboarding.
Well, not even really. Like, I mean, was that a big fish, small pond type of scenario, I guess, in Winnipeg, right?
Yeah, but you were a big fish immediately upon moving to Whistler as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like immediately. Like so big of a fish that I feel like we didn't even really hang out that much the first year I moved here.
There you
He was-
go.
He was too cool.
Yeah, Did that? I was wondering if that might have happened. Like,
Well, let me just add on this real quick here.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I should go down this rabbit hole.
I don't know if I want you to. I don't know what
I'm
you're
just gonna
say.
not.
it's a skip.
Anyways,
I was gonna
This is-
say.
the
I was gonna
first
say.
year-
Is she still like Winnipeg and kind of
Winnipeg's,
naive?
Winnipeg's
and,
finest right here.
Yeah, but like naive, and you're hanging with people in Whistler that are a lot older than you, and you're like,
To be honest, like these days, I'm still kicking it with the same people.
Same people.
You know, like if
Yeah.
anything, I've not lost a lot of friends, but you know, I'll see you when I see you. Type of things. Less is more these days. I find that, you know,
that's
just
normal.
growing older.
yeah,
But
you
for
know.
sure, like my first year in Whistler, I feel like you were kind of finding your groove, filming video parts, had a larger than life
See,
persona.
it's so funny because now the roles are reversed.
Yeah,
Now
I'm the cool guy.
now she's too busy to hang out because she has all this shit. You know,
Just took me
Right.
20 years.
Well, it took the
So-
whole industry 20 years to get to where women were invited to go on fucking
A little bit.
film.
oh
film
well,
shows,
yeah,
Little bit of
pretty
that,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like as a kid, you're not like
There was fucking
hey, I'm gonna bring my friend
no
Darrah.
girls growing up,
Right.
really.
Right.
I don't think.
Tokens. There was like a token girl in each like big
Yeah,
production.
like
and then the smaller
Emma-
ones sometimes none, right? Like the Sandbox guys, did they have girls in their videos?
Oh, no, they didn't.
Right. And it's
Like now that I
yeah.
think about it, there's like no girls in. Like it was just it was full moon back then, right? That was like pretty much the first all girls video.
I think
No, absolutely not.
Oh no,
Runway.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. Runway.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm getting
okay.
it mixed up.
but
Yeah.
that's the precursor.
But yeah,
to
that is the
right?
same.
The same
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the time I moved to Whistler, like those girls were very established and had their careers, and there wasn't really a place for like an amateur.
Right.
Did you remember the jacket that I got you as a gift and you lost it?
No, Leanne's jacket.
Yeah.
Did you get me that as a gift? Okay. Well,
I
anyways.
bought it from Skates.
No. Really? No.
I bought you a jacket from Skates.
I think
You
that
got drunk and lost it. I was so bummed.
I think that I bought a jacket off of Leanne at a Camp of Champions sale, and I got really drunk and lost it.
Well, you probably lost a couple jackets then.
That's so good.
Well, either way, I
Hey,
do.
Lane.
Hi, Lane.
Lane.
You want to say anything about me and Andrew?
I love you guys and you're awesome.
Thanks,
Don't-
Lane.
Yeah, you gonna mention my small toque, huh?
Don't say anything.
I know, I'm just joking.
Oh, I love it.
Is it too small? My toque?
The best.
It's a bit small, eh?
No,
Fuck it. It's all right with the haircut.
could be
Works.
smaller.
Could be
Fucking
small.
should I roll it up one more?
Can I get the double?
Like
Relic.
a real fucking Quebecois.
That's good.
There you go.
Now you look
yeah.
Oh, wow.
working
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
East
That's so
Coast
good.
working class.
One more roll.
So, Darrah, it seems like you weren't bummed that he wouldn't talk to you. You were stoked. He's like, not that he
I
wouldn't talk
wasn't
to you, just
stoked.
that he was.
I would say I was bummed, but I was
Oh,
also kind
okay.
of like I was living out of my parents' house for the first time. I was doing
Yeah.
my own thing, like
Yeah.
finding my way,
And there's
figuring it out.
Yeah.
And we had, it was
There-
probably the healthiest thing for both of us at the time to like have some space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as friends. You guys were never a couple of
We were once lovers.
Oh my god.
Whoa. No.
I know that's what everyone wanted to hear.
I can't.
And yes, she did take me to prom.
You were a little
No,
kid.
no.
This
We
is
were okay, so
This
we're-
is happening. This is real. Like,
Yeah,
He was
I-
my grad date.
yeah.
Yeah. And like,
Non-romantic or like undecided at the time, and then you're like, "Well, just go with it and see what happens."
I think that I had a major crush on Darrah growing up, and
yeah,
then
that makes sense.
so this is what I was going to get into with that thing with being too cool for you or whatever. This was my payback.
Yeah.
At the
Mm.
same time, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, look who comes.
I deserved it.
Yeah,
I
but
get-
no,
That's sweet.
we're better off as just friends.
Yeah, you guys were children,
Yeah.
and you had a high
We had-
school romance.
Yeah, we had a passion for the same thing. You know,
Mhm,
we had lots
mhm.
of great memories, and
That's a
it's-
good lesson to learn, actually.
Yeah,
you know
it,
what
was,
I mean.
it was great having Darrah growing up
We
for sure.
had
She had a vehicle. We'd
so
get up
much
to
fun in high
yeah,
school.
for
Like
sure.
we did a lot of funny things.
We did. Yeah.
And then there was a year that he's getting back at you,
Yeah.
and then you guys reconnect
Blowing
and
up.
start snowboarding again.
I mean, I think that after that year, I don't know, we were both doing our things. He was doing his thing. Eventually I started filming too, and then there was like a couple injuries, but like we've always been close. And then I feel like we maybe became closer friends when you helped get me on dynos.
Sick.
I was the man.
Yeah.
I was before all that. I was rooting for you.
Yeah.
And then Sean and Jeff, I think both asked me, "What do you think?" And I was like, "No brainer for sure."
Yeah.
Yeah, well deserved.
Yeah, because you did Nitro for a couple of years.
Mhm.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
A
Yeah,
long time ago.
yeah, and then that didn't end great.
No.
What happened? I didn't know that.
Mm,
You don't want to talk about it? You don't
Didn't-
have to.
I didn't like the way it ended, but
Ben
Different
Billock,
lifetime.
was at the same time Ben Billock was on the team and
around
then
the
off?
same time, yeah.
Ben was on Nitro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all his like sick shit with video grass is Nitro.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah.
What a bunch of idiots.
I know they were. I mean,
Slept on him hard.
they slept on him. That's it.
But whatever.
And they slept
Everyone
on you
finds their
too.
place, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's still snowboarding, and Ben's a fucking awesome guy.
Unbelievably awesome guy.
Shout
yeah.
out Ben.
Yeah.
I
Ben
love
B.
Ben.
And he was a part of a crew, kind of like you guys were a part of a crew where there were gatekeepers.
Yeah, Deja Vu. Like those
Yeah.
bandwagon, that video bandwagon, I think, like changed the game for jibbing. I think.
Yeah.
And that was like, it fucking shook people, I think.
Yeah.
Because these guys just did it on their own
Mhm.
out east.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but there was videos before that even influenced them, like probably Frosted Flakes. What other ones? Frosted Flakes was one that's burned in my mind, like Jeremy Cloutier when he's like 12 years old, killing it. Max Legendre. Sorry for butchering that. Who else?
I don't know. This is
Jan
before my time.
Dolphin. You know, like those guys kind of paved the way, I think, for Canadian urban.
Right.
Yeah.
But one of the things about the Deja Vu crew is that they were honest with each other. They could say that maybe wasn't the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's
Without somebody like having a fucking suck attack about
I
it.
think that's like the sign of a good friendship. Is
Right.
when you can say
And it
that.
sounds like
Yeah.
you guys kind of had
and that's
that
like
too,
before
right?
For sure.
that comes back to like before coaching, right?
Yes,
It was like you
yes.
just go out with your buddies and be like, dude, that was, grab here or fucking
Mm-hmm.
do, it was just positive. You don't want your bro looking like a fucking dingus out there.
I think I am grateful to Geeves has a really high standard in snowboarding, and so I think that have a really high standard with my own snowboarding because of how hard it was always to like impress him. Like
Yeah.
basically my whole life he's been telling me I suck. So
Man.
but not like, but like it's
calling you on on the wax, Steve.
yeah, like
No.
like the backflip thing. Like, okay,
Yeah.
baby, no backflip today.
I bet.
no, never, no.
That's good.
Well, you're the Jess of that crew, right? Jess was that of Deja Vu. Like she wrote with those guys a bunch.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You would know more than I do.
Didn't she?
about
I think
that.
she
don't
did.
know. But
Maybe I'm wrong. I
But
could
with
be
Ben,
completely
though,
wrong.
right?
Yeah.
Ben, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And just having that, like she was like with a crew
Darrah
that
kind of
it
did
was so high up.
the hard work herself, though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't.
So
I
did
wasn't. I
Jess.
wasn't
So
there.
did
Like
Jess,
yeah,
yeah.
I got her into it and like
Right.
back home. But when I moved out here, we kind of like did our own thing. Like I had my shit going on. Like with DC, like I was things were happening with me. Darrah was still trying to get there. So
I started filming for Peep Show. Like I feel like you guys were all kind of doing your thing.
So like everything that she's accomplished to get her actually to where she's at now, she did on her own. So kudos to
Absolutely.
her.
Yeah, it's dope. And being a part of this crew meant that you had that, like, just, thinking in your head, like, okay, I'm not going to be a contest rider, right? Like, I want to film.
Yeah.
These guys are filming. They're doing it. I want to do the same fucking thing as that. I don't
Yeah.
want to go do contests.
I always wanted to film video parts, never had any interest in contests.
Right.
From watching them and then also from watching the runway movies.
Yeah.
But
There
Do you
was
kind
a-
of feel like you wish you would have done contests?
Yeah.
Because
Sometimes I do, yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day because even though there's not much fucking money at all in anything in snowboarding, I feel. I don't know, I'm pretty out of the loop, but
You're
Me
right.
too.
I'm guessing it's probably worse than it was.
Yep.
And I don't know, like I used to make my money off photo incentive and video incentive. So I'd max that shit out, like my video incentive. That was a good paycheck. And then try and max out my photo incentive. Sponsors would, pay for that. So that I kind of feel like do they still do that?
I think
Is there contracts that still do that or what?
I didn't have contracts in the time of like big photo and video incentives, but I think it's quite different now.
it is, eh?
Yeah, and I
So
mean,
like
I
how
only
do you
know
fucking
like
make your money though? Instagram reels or what?
yeah,
hey?
social media obligations and
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's different, but
So
no, that's not how you make your money though.
Okay, so the next question I want to ask you is do you think there's more money in contest riding or doing the video part route? Or whatever, the fucking the
I think
Instagram shit.
probably contest riding, definitely contest riding. And also I think contest riding is just like not an easier path, but a more straightforward path. Like it's more obvious.
You go
Yeah.
to the events.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
If you win, you get money.
yeah, but there's so many fucking good riders, right?
Yeah.
So to stand out, I
True.
mean,
You have to be the best.
you have to
Where
be the
filming a
best.
video
Filming
part,
you can kind of get away with just fucking.
I am not the best, but if
Film
you're
it
the
from
hardest
over
worker, you
there.
can film
Yeah.
a video part.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
We can cut that landing out.
no, nobody does that. What are you talking about?
We can cut to the
I
other
don't know what the
land.
fuck you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. People, I don't have a good answer for how.
Well,
people
once
are
you're on a
making their money
team
these
too,
days.
I've been saying it from a kind of just it's different now point of view. Like you used to try and get into a Mac Dog video or like one of the standard films, something like you wanted to move up from the local guys to the next level to the next level. That doesn't exist now. Now you just film for your sponsors, whatever their project is. So whatever you do is getting in the project. It's not like they're going to cut their own person from their own project.
Yeah. Well, I
So
mean,
it's a different deal.
I don't think they'd use footage if it wasn't.
It's not good. Yeah.
But it is important in that sense to like align yourself with brands that are going to be creating projects that you want to be a part of, and that,
Yeah.
that the
That's cool,
relationship
like-
is symbiotic or whatever the word is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm outdated with how it is now.
Dude, I mean, from what it looks like Jess Camira sponsored and paid for every AM girl for like 2 seasons out of her pocket.
Wow.
That was the sponsorship that you wanted, was to be in the Uninvited with Jess working on that project.
That's so
because-
great that she does that she gives back. And you know who else who did that, I think, is Jib Girl 420 or whatever. She did that, whatever her thing was.
Yeah, I don't think she gets enough credit for those movies that she made.
I think those were sick
She
movies,
did
you know.
create a platform for.
Yeah.
It just was like almost ahead of its time.
Yeah. I definitely think so.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, Jess opened a lot of doors for a lot of girls.
Probably was. Thank you.
Yeah. And it seemed like, you know, now it's more like a happy thing, but the Uninvited in the beginning was kind of like a mad thing. You know what I mean? She's like, fuck you guys, we're not invited to anything.
A little bit.
We gotta make something. We gotta make something for the girls. If you won't do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Myself.
Yeah,
Do you want one?
I'm good. But yeah, I mean, now there's
But
lots
now they're very
of...
happy, right? Like the event last year
Oh yeah,
looked insanely good
yeah,
and super fun
yeah.
and super like that's the event that's giving away the money. What was it? 50 grand she gave away.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Really?
$50,000.
Who sponsored it? Like probably Monster, right?
Yeah.
Monster, Skull Candy or something like
North
that.
Face probably.
North Face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capita.
Yo, can we talk about North Face for a second?
We certainly can.
Who the hell is the team manager?
We could talk about something else.
Why?
I don't know. This is an Andrew and Darrah episode.
Are either of
Not-
you on North Face?
Oh yeah, because of 686. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm on. I'm not. I was just
686
wondering.
has nothing to do with North Face. So just,
I'm just saying.
but actually, go off because I love your rants. So
Yeah,
say
sure.
what you need to say. Just know that my thoughts aren't necessarily the same as his thoughts.
Well, what
just
do
as
you,
a
how do you
disclaimer.
know? You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
Well, what are you gonna say? Say it.
I'm just saying. It looks like fucking half of the Sea to Sky is wearing North Face these days.
Well, there's a brand
Where's
that
mine?
is doing well.
Where's mine?
Where's mine?
Was that where you thought it was going to go?
No,
I didn't think so
I
either.
thought it was gonna be something way
I've
more.
been trying to get a
negative.
fucking
Yeah.
North Face jacket from whoever it is for so long. That's all.
This is not where I thought that was gonna go.
Me neither.
So if you're listening to this, check out my Instagram.
You've got some fire clips this year, dude.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
it up.
That's
I do
great.
that shit for free, man. That's free advertising right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Is it how heartwarming is it for you that he's back out here? He's clipping up. He's back. He's snowboarding. He's in the snow.
Well, he's been snowboarding for a while, but it's like crazy to me to just see like, I don't know, you have like so much natural talent.
Mm.
He can step away from snowboarding or from riding powder for how many years?
Yeah, but I'm skateboarding too, though.
Yeah,
I
but
find that they kind of go hand
I
in
guess
hand.
so. But I just think
But not
you're
really. Though. I don't know.
you're very talented.
Yep.
Well, I sure as
Agreed.
fuck hope so. I've been doing it for 26 years.
But yeah, it's
You know?
yeah.
It's like riding a bike. It's muscle memory. You know what I mean? I'm sure that you could take a 5-year hiatus off power riding and come back and.
Not come anywhere near what you are doing, but
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that, both of you guys. But I do feel like, I feel good on my board, and I'm super happy to be back.
and like
Uh,
not just the powder, but like the street clips in Ottawa the last
Yeah.
couple of years.
Oh yeah, those were. It was fun seeing
That-
that you're. That
Did you
you're
see the
still getting
progression with
after
that?
it.
Because like
Yeah.
I was just like going out with like some kids, and then like kind of seeing what they're doing. I'm like, man, like it's not even that fun to watch. You know what I mean? I'm like, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And then like and you could see it in my riding. I'm like kind of sketchy and like
Sure.
not doing things properly. And then like the next
I
year it
didn't
gets a
notice
little
that.
bit better. The next year it gets a little bit better. and-
Sure.
I
You
feel
know.
like I know you are like putting effort into it, but it almost seems like you don't have to try, and then like you're getting photos published and
That's
like
it.
doing like
That's
getting
it.
these clips that are insane.
It's you're, like a model when you see sometimes when you see like a model in real life, like someone who's beautiful and famous.
Thank you.
You're like, holy fuck, that's a weird looking person. But when they are in a picture, they look amazing.
Yeah.
You are so photogenic on your board.
Thank
Your
you.
arms aren't wacky. Your shit is
They
always
can
in the
be a
right
bit
spot.
wacky,
Well,
for
yeah,
sure.
but it's like a good whack.
Even with
Pretty-
even if they're wacky, they're wacky in a great spot.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
We went
It's-
snowboarding in the park this year, like first time.
Oh man, it's first time in so long. Like really, 7. I don't even know.
But
Seven
7
seasons?
years.
Holy
First time on
fuck.
the mountain.
So Geeves,
Maybe
like
8?
Geeves comes here from Braylorn, sleeps on the couch, wakes up at 7.
I'm sober too. You gotta remember, I'm sober and I have a lot of energy
I
right
come
now.
Yeah,
upstairs,
yeah.
I'm making coffee. It's like it's not a powder day, like no snow. It's a
Wake up
park
at
day.
5:30.
It's like a start the day at like 11 kind of day. So I come up and making coffee, like just waking up, and Jeeves is just like geared up, like ready to go
I
snowboarding. Me
love
and Lane
this.
are like, we probably want to give it a couple hours.
I know, I was like kind of bombing. I wanted to go with E-Man. E-Man was out the night before.
Like-
and-
Anyways, we get up there. Like just first lap, there's the first jump in Blackcomb Park, and we're just standing at the top, me, Lane, and Jeeves, and then Jeeves just goes. What did you do? Back 3, or did you do? I don't know, but overshoots the entire jump. Me and Lane are just standing there like, oh my god! And then you continued to do that for the entire run, the
Yeah.
whole way down, and the rest of the
All
day, just
day.
overshooting
Straight
every
to
si-
flat.
like, it
Everything
was-
over the
I
landing.
wasn't trying to necessarily on the small
I was
jumps.
like, these jumps are small. Go slow. It's just
like you had to go
flying over
super
them.
slow for them. Like
Shit is small.
To me,
Yeah.
it didn't even make sense
Right.
how
They-
slow you had to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're used to riding park here where you have to go
I'm not even
full
used.
speed.
Like that
like
is
7
slow.
years ago.
That
7
was
years ago,
fucking
they
slow.
didn't make stuff that
Like
slow.
why even make a jump that you have to go that slow?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
Right.
like that's gonna play you more than any of the bigger jumps in the.
Right. The big
And it-
jumps
And I,
and
are
that
like
I
jump
almost
did
did.
play
Yeah,
people.
I
Yeah.
overshot it. I thought I blew my knee, and I was super bummed.
So sober, not sober, or is that? Did you ever do a time where you were just like?
Darrah's good.
I don't really.
She's got a head on her shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. So it's not.
She's never been.
I drank too much, and I had my days when I was younger, but now alcohol is not something I struggle with. So like,
Right.
I can take it or leave it, basically. So I know
Yeah.
I'm fortunate with that, but I have
Yep.
my own other struggles.
Sure. Sure. And you do a lot of like yoga, breath work,
Mhm.
mindfulness. How about you? That stuff in your repertoire now?
No. Maybe when I get back though, for
Sure.
sure. I'm definitely looking to get into being healthy because I do intend to snowboard till I die and skateboard.
I think that
So I just want to be good. I want to be happy and healthy, and I think that I'm gonna have to fucking add a bunch of shit into my routine when I get back just to keep me busy.
Mhm.
But between work and skateboarding, and I got my little family back home too. Shout out Kat now, love you guys. I should be pretty busy, but
Squeeze some yoga in. Keep
yeah,
the
but
spine
my-
supple.
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, so I will be getting a gym pass.
Stay
and,
bendy, yeah.
Yeah.
Breathing too, that was the thing I was going to say. The breath work is the kind of the easiest thing that you can do, but it has the most effect I find on just my mindset. Like,
Yeah,
it's so quick.
very helpful. Yeah.
And it's so simple, but it's almost so simple that I forget to do it sometimes. And then when I do, I'm like, fuck, why am I not doing this?
I know.
Just
day.
breathing like into your nose, out through your mouth.
Honestly, the thing
Is
for
that what
me
you-
that's one of the fastest things is it just takes 1 minute in through the nose for 4, hold it for 7,
Yeah.
out for 8. You do that 3 times, that's 1 minute. And if you were stressed before, at the end of that, you're like,
Really? Eh?
holy fuck, I feel level.
Nice. I'll have to try
Yeah.
that. The one that I was using before is, I heard this on a podcast or something like that, so I tried it, but it's like you take a deep breath, like, and then you take one more.
This is a Huberman
Yeah, Huberman, yeah.
hack. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's like that second oxygen blast or something is supposed to.
But the long exhale is also
Yeah,
an important
yeah.
part of that. But there's lots of different
a lot of that
techniques,
shit, eh?
and they all affect your nervous system and chemistry in your
It's
brain.
all
and-
old people stuff, right? Like if you would have told these kids on the bus, they're locking that poor guy in there with the piss bottles. Like,
Oh
you
my
guys need to
God.
breathe. That it would.
Although, you know what, I think nowadays, like, it's pretty crazy. I think nowadays is a lot different from when I was growing up. Like, when I was growing up, health, no one gives a shit about health.
Right.
Now, people, you can actually, there's stats on less people are drinking.
Oh, definitely.
We grew up on like in a time when like drinking was so glorified and like glamorized.
Yeah, man.
And then
for
I
sure.
think the generation after us like saw how much
Yeah, the
we
rise and
fucked
demise.
shit up. Like,
For sure.
and they're like,
Yeah.
it's not that cool.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
kids, like my daughter moved to Montreal when she was 18. I'm like, yeah, I know what that means.
Yeah.
You're going to be hammered. It's okay if you just take a gap year. And she got like 90% in school
So she
Yeah.
killed it.
and got into UBC and went out like one
Oh,
time.
did she go to Montreal though?
Yeah, she went to.
She went there, yeah.
She went there. She couldn't get into UBC with the grades she had, so she upgraded her grades. Worked really hard.
Nice.
feel
I went
like-
out there and I was like, "Let's go out!
Yeah.
Come on!
Yeah.
Where's the cool place to go out?"
Fuck, Montreal is the best.
It's the
my
best.
favorite city. Well, my favorite city in Canada, I'd have to say, is Quebec City.
Quebec City, even.
Yeah, the architecture there is insane.
It's beautiful.
The history
Yeah.
behind all the old stone buildings, man, it's
Yeah.
dreamy.
Well,
Yeah.
you've been doing stonework. That's what you did. You do stonework out here, or was that something when you moved back?
No, my brother's a heritage stonemason, so when I moved from Whistler to Ottawa, I was only planning on staying for like 3 months, and then I don't know, man. I got this job as a laborer for this like residential stonemasonry company that he hooked me up with, and I just kind of felt like I wanted to make him proud, and I wanted to switch. You know, like at that point, I was kind of moving to Ottawa. To be honest, I was kind of moving to grow up and to quit skateboarding, to quit snowboarding, to get a trade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was so over fucking Whistler here. I just wanted something new, and I did that, and then I was miserable. You know, went to school. I was second year apprentice for stonemasonry, and then I threw out my back. I joined the union, and then like there's no creativity in it. It's just like brick after brick on a fucking on a building, you know,
Square
on
building or
scaffolding,
whatever.
and then
Yeah.
I blew out my back twice, and then that was hard to get a job after that because you're just known as the dude with blown out back, pretty much. Then I started hedge trimming, but that's a whole different story. Different job.
So now he's starting a business.
Yeah. So I started
Out here,
No, back east.
back there.
Yeah.
Would you start?
Quality Hedges. We are a landscape company, and by we I just mean me.
Yeah.
And I got my buddy too. He's like kind of like the behind the scenes dude, and I trim hedges, big
it.
cedar hedges. Yeah.
I thought you were saying that you were trimming weed for cash.
No.
Because some people say
Been
that,
there, done
I'm
that."
trimming hedges. Yeah.
Being there, done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
Pretty
you-
impressive. Starting a business.
Yeah. Legitimate business.
Yeah, it's legit. We're
nothing.
incorporated. We did our first year last year. We did pretty good, and
Good enough to come out here for the season. That's dope.
Well, also my parents live in Braylon, so it's not like I had to fucking pay rent or anything.
Got
like
it.
that, you
Yeah.
know. But that's
That's a good setup, though, man.
It is, but that'll be coming to an end, unfortunately, because they're just getting too old to live out there. So they're actually trying to sell that place and move out east just to be closer to me and my brother Stuart, who
Yeah.
has 2 kids. So
Oh wow.
yeah, they want to be closer to the kids.
And you've got a little family going now with
I do, yeah. I've got-
girlfriend and a kid.
Yeah, a girl and little Alistair. She's turning 8 on the 24th of this month.
That's a big responsibility. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. Like I've known her since I was 5, and taught her how to ride a bike,
Since
taught
she
her how to
was 5.
ski. Huh?
You've known
Yeah.
her since she was 5?
Did I say he?
Since you were 5.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes,
Okay.
I've known her for a few years, and I've got to teach her a lot of things and watch her grow, and it's really special, our connection. Yeah, I really miss her.
Yeah, my wife is a stepmom, and I'm in awe of her all the time. I don't think I could do it. It's very fucking tough.
There's a lot of bullshit with it too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like it's
It's harder than being a biological parent in a lot of ways.
yeah. There's that whole thing,
Mhm.
right? Like
Mhm.
all that. So I don't want to get into it.
No,
but you know what I
unpacking that's
mean.
a
Like
lot. Dude, I know
it's a
exactly
lot.
what
It's
you
like
mean.
someone else's kid. Like, and I happen to know the dude. He's
Yeah.
he's a good guy, and he's cool. And yeah,
You have to walk that fine line, right?
yeah, for sure. But yeah. This is a complex one, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm fucking there all the time for Al. You know,
That's
I pick him
dope.
from school and shit. He maybe sees her once a week, maybe.
Right.
You know, and
right.
that just started recently. But I don't really want to speak on all that stuff because that's
I don't blame you.
you know,
Yeah, I
like,
just
that's-
wanted to say, like, that's fucking honorable and dope, dude.
yeah, and
it's a
I really
difficult
enjoy
challenge.
it too. Like I really enjoy it, and it's something that I feel like I'm actually really good at. So
I
it's
can see
cool.
that.
It's really cool. Like we have a lot of fun times. We're always doing something cool.
Yeah, when I talked to you before about your life situation, it sounded like you had a pretty unconventional upbringing, but that you were tight with your parents, right? You were tight with
Very
your dad?
tight.
Really
yeah,
close.
Yeah, very tight.
So, like, that's one of the things about being a parent. Like, if you've got good role models, and then you want to just like one up that, you're like, yeah, I want to be the best I can at this shit.
Yeah,
It's dope.
for sure. And like my parents did what they could. Sorry, Jared, do you want to jump in here?
I don't know. I'm just listening.
Well, like your dad, your
I have a stepdad
stepdad,
who
right?
adopted me.
I do remember you saying that this is like a very, very important part of my time with Al because she's going to start to remember that
Yeah,
stuff.
For sure.
Right?
You're a huge impact on her life.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of wonderful that you've got a stepdad that adopted you too. That's a big step.
Yeah, it is.
That's
crazy.
huge.
That's why I have 2 last names.
Oh, okay. So that explains the
Yeah.
Darrah Reid McLean.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he I've known him since I was 5, so same thing,
Yeah.
same age.
Whoa.
And I remember
That's cool.
I remember him coming into my life for sure. And he adopted me when I was 13.
That's a big move.
And yeah, now that I'm an adult, I'm like, holy fuck, like taking on someone else's kid, it's huge. It's crazy. Like you gotta be like a really special person to be able to do that. And I remember we went on a family vacation like in 2019. So I'm, like old at this point. I go on a family vacation with my parents and my brother, and we're in New York, and I got super sick. Whatever, I had the flu or something, and I was so sick and threw up like in the bathroom sink of our Airbnb, and I was just too sick to deal with it. Like crawled out of the bathroom, just like passed out on the floor. And the next morning I woke up and Gord had cleaned up my puke.
Lord.
Wow. What a move.
What a
And
boss
I
move.
think
That's a
like
boss move.
all these years, like at that point I was like, whoa,
Solid
my dad
guy.
loves me.
Solid
My
guy.
puke.
Gord.
So yeah, but it is like a really important role, and it's a hard role, and yeah, good for
Yeah.
you. I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
Thanks,
that's
yeah,
sweet.
thanks. No, it's been a trip for sure, and like obviously I'm still learning a lot.
Yeah.
Fuck, like there's probably some people out there that are probably like, hey, they know a little bit more about me. And they're like, wow, how is that guy supposed to take care of a child? Well,
Andrew's very good with kids.
Yeah.
I
I
understand
can see that.
why someone would think that,
Mm-hmm.
But I know a lot of parents that are the best parents, but could be considered, the best and worst parents.
Sure.
Like
sure.
like how I was brought up. Like my dad was real loose, you know, like I started smoking weed when I was 11 after finding out that he was growing weed illegally in the basement.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Especially back then.
Back then, yeah.
Because we didn't think it was going to be legal, to be honest.
That was I must have been super, like 11, around then, because there was an article in one of the snowboard magazines with a cartoon, a drawing of a weed leaf, because Ross Bigliotti got all that shit, right? So I read the article, and then I could see these fucking plants and shit in there, you know what I mean?
Holy shit.
And then everything fucking clicked.
That's amazing.
Everything fucking clicked.
Oh
and
my
I'm
God,
like,
that's amazing.
I'm like, oh my God. I like get home from school. I found the key to the fucking magic garden. I go in there. I could match it up. I'm like, oh no.
That's unbelievably awesome. That's amazing.
Oh no.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
you're worried. You're
I'm
like worried about
man,
your
and
dad. You're worried about
I go to my friend's house, and I tell him, because we've been like trying to get in this door forever. I'm like, I found it, and I know what's in there, and we have to call, like, I don't know what to do. He's like, so I call home. And my brother answers, and he's like, I'm like, we need to call the cops. And Ian's like, whatever you do not fucking call the cops.
Could you imagine? Yeah.
But I didn't know. Like, that was just
No,
like,
of course you don't.
I thought maybe if we nip it in the bud right now.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
So you didn't call the cops, but that would have been traumatizing for a few months at least. While you're figuring it out.
Yeah, like he chilled me right out. Like, he was driving me in a swimming class, and I was like, and he's like, oh, so you found the magic garden, eh? And he's like, he gave me the lowdown. Like, weed is a plant, you know, it's not a bad thing. You know, how do you think you fucking have a new snowboard every year? Pretty much, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, whichever way you look at it, yeah. I mean, was it illegal? Yeah. But was it for a good cause? Yeah.
Sure.
You know, so.
People do what they do, right? Like, that's the thing. Was he a good the bottom line was he a good dad?
We didn't have much money, you know what I mean?
Right.
We didn't.
Yeah.
So, it's, you know, as we know, snowboarding is not a fucking cheap thing to go do.
Not even close, right?
But he was great. He is great.
Yeah.
They're awesome, man.
That's dope. That's dope.
Good old Raja. He's English. My mom's Scottish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. English and Scottish, so.
So still accents in the home?
Huge,
like still now?
Huge.
Yeah. Don't sass your nan.
Fuck yeah. Mom has so much crazy things.
Darrah, these are wee little shoes.
She asked me
Oh
about
my
that.
God, I love that.
She asked me, she's like, I can't remember when. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't even get started. I just had Rube Goldberg on, and in the middle of he was just starting to talk about his dad because his dad just passed away. Wonderful story about his last few moments with his dad and everything. So enthusiastic and so like just in wonder, you know. But as he starts to talk about it, his mom called. He goes, "Should I take this?" He puts the phone here.
No way.
And she's like, "I just had a couple puffs on that joint, and so I have to come upstairs." And he's like, "Okay, Mom, that's fine."
Because she's living with.
Yeah, she's living with him out there. Yeah,
calling from the same.
From upstairs of his place, and it was just so sweet. You have to go listen to it because it's the sweetest.
Yeah.
You know, just him and his mom.
Yeah.
They're like roommates now. Like, you know, son, mother.
Yeah.
Hanging out, getting to know each other.
Cute.
And it was just a really sweet moment. It's funny because, we put all this stigma on drugs and then we give zero education to the kids about like what that actually even means. Here, take this drug because you're too hyper, but don't do drugs. Yeah. And also, all things are drugs, by the way. So that's...
Well, what do they say? Like too much of it, anything makes you an addict. Does that go with what you guys are talking about?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
It's from
Is that a thing?
Too much of anything makes you an addict.
A song?
It's Tribe Called Quest. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think.
You can literally get
I think alcohol is probably like the worst drug there is. And
you know what? Since I've stopped drinking and doing drugs, I have so much energy. And you know what's fucking addicting? Getting clips.
Yep.
Getting clip high for
Getting
sure.
clips, man.
Yeah, clips
You know?
is a big
And
one.
exercise and like feeling good,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. But there's the clip high, dude. Like you, nothing beats it. You're like, and it's annoying, and it's a bad feeling. It leaves you with nothing
Yeah.
At the end.
at the end of it. You just like Jeremy Jones said in his shit.
Yeah.
Is like when it's done. So enjoy it while it lasts, for sure.
Or like
On
if
to
you
the next
don't
thing.
get the clip, like if you fail at what you're trying, you're gonna hate yourself until
Yeah.
you have a successful day.
Did Jeremy Jones talk about his technique for getting clips back in the Forum 8 days on that at all?
I listened to the whole thing, but having techniques to get clips.
He told me after our interview that when he was filming for like big productions, if once he got a trick in his mind and he was trying it and he didn't get it, he wouldn't eat until he got it.
Whoa.
That's a bit nuts.
It's but like think about where he
Fucking hell.
was
Yeah.
too, though, right? Like he was right at the edge of like,
You gotta eat, man.
yeah, he'd be like
Fucking
out with
ridiculous.
That's a
He'd be-
basic need.
He'd be out with like the Forum 8 or like people from Forum. They'd be ordering steaks and celebrating, and he'd be
Yeah.
like, "Nope, just water for this guy."
Mm,
It's the fucking
Yeah,
wow.
and they
good
go,
old clip fast.
"Yeah, clip fast." But you have to. Sometimes you have to do it, right? Not that.
Yeah, I don't think you need to
I
punish
never had
yourself
do that
to
stuff.
that degree, but it is definitely. I will.
That's wild.
Mentally torture myself
Yeah,
if I.
yeah.
You know.
The mental torture is
Yeah.
kind of the thing. Like now that I'm 50, because I'm actually legitimately old, you kind of lose.
You are a little
that.
bit older.
Yeah, I'm fucking old, dude.
I'm just
Yeah.
joking. You're
About the same age as my parents.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
You're ripping now. I like it. You're ripping out there.
Thanks. That's
Sick
fun.
rope
I'm having
ollies.
fun.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
that was sweet of you
Yeah,
to say.
man. No, you look good out there.
I'm having fun.
I like the drone angle. Does that thing just follow you around?
Just follows me around.
Sick.
Yeah, it's a drone.
You don't even have to do it. It just
no,
follows you.
it just you put the thing in your pocket. It follows the thing.
How
Whoa, I don't know
how
anything about
accurate
this.
is it? Could you bust
Not
out?
that great.
Not you can do a natural selection with a.
Very close. You have to get that back angle. You can't do it from the front because going backwards, it doesn't know how to do it as well. It's a fun thing. If you want to borrow that when you're out in the backcountry, fuck it. I'll show you how to set it up. and
That
you
would be
just-
cool
yeah.
for sure. But
It's good for
my
clips.
days are done for this season.
Right.
I might
Next-
need.
next
I might
year.
need that. I'm not
Yeah,
done. I have
yeah.
a lot more days ahead. Of me.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got a quick question. If I could ask you, Darrah, what's the trick that got away for you?
Mm.
How we were just talking about, like the mental torture.
Well, there's so many, and it doesn't even have to be like a clip. It could be like a day in the park where I don't get a good whatever. Like I remember trying to
But
explain this.
what's
to,
the clip though? Like what's the trick that got away that fucking
Yeah, that you were
haunts
close to. That you were like, I
Yeah.
almost got this shit. I got this next try.
And
it
then you
just
got
kept going
kicked
further
out
and
or
further
something,
away.
and you couldn't make it back to that city or some shit like that.
Good question. That's a really good question.
What's the last one? We got kicked out of a spot in Halifax that was pretty annoying. I wanted something there that I never got to try. There was a spot that I bitched out on in Japan this year that I'm really.
I'm talking
mad
about like
myself
ones that
about.
you tried it, you fucking almost put it down.
There's a back three in Utah a few years ago that I often think about. Like, what if I had landed
Was it a
that?
step down or something?
It was a jump that a lot of people had hit, but the back three was really nice. And then,
Oh,
anyways, you know that I've been chasing the back rodeo for a long time, but
you're gonna get it. You're
yeah.
gonna get it.
Get
Get it on this trip. You
Sure.
should just fucking build a tiny, small little jump and do like just practice them, and then go like do it on something.
Yeah.
After, right.
That's a
up.
great idea. Do you guys know that Nick's named the rodeo?
I've fucking heard that, man. I don't believe it.
He tells it on this one that I just
I know.
recorded today.
Nix, I'm just joking. I believe it, Nix.
he named it, but he wasn't the first person to do it.
A lot of people were kind of doing it at the same time.
I heard that Kevin Young was the first person.
Well,
to do it. I
so
just recently learned
they were
this.
buddies, right?
They were buddies, and that was at the same session. So he says Kevin landed it first, but the
Okay.
idea came
Yeah.
from him rewinding something and seeing something Misty flip backwards and going, "Oh, if you did it this way."
The McTwist. What? Sorry, what?
So a
trick is
Misty
it?
flip is just a straight.
He named it the Misty Flip.
No, the Misty flip was a jump. Is like a McTwist on a
I
straight
know, but
jump.
what did he say that he?
So he was rewinding somebody doing a Misty flip on a video.
Yeah.
And because when it's backwards, he's like, wait, what if that was the trick?
But what trick did he name?
So it would be a frontside rodeo.
Frontside rodeo?
So it's like the
Backside
opposite.
rodeo.
Backside rodeo.
Backside rodeo is like the 90 roll. He did like a frontside rodeo, like a
Like an
frontside,
underflip?
an underflip. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
very close
That's
to an
shit-
underflip.
I wouldn't be proud of that anyway. That's a shitty trick. Sorry, Nick.
I love it.
I don't know if I feel like you've always been like this, but I feel like especially since you're like kind of removed from snowboarding now,
I
like
can definitely be like this
your
now.
opinions are just so honest. Like there's no filter.
Well, I don't have anyone to please.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But you ask that to anyone, an underflip is a fucking whack trick.
I like underflips. I think they're cool. And actually
Terrible.
I'm really stuck right now thinking about like all the things that I've failed at and all the
What
tricks
is
that
an
have gotten
underflip?
away
It's a
from me. And
fucking backflip
I can think of an
front 180. It's
underflip that I
terrible.
didn't land that I wish I had.
Don't even bother.
There's actually so many now.
So he's saying you're lucky you didn't land that underflip
No,
and
it would've
become
been
the
sick.
underflip girl. Right?
Or what about fucking Travis Rice's run in Supernatural? He was obviously going for a cork front 7, and then he just like
Oh,
yeah.
when he Superman punched?
that's
That
what
was
I think
insane.
of with a fucking front side. That's pretty much a front side underflip.
No, why?
He just didn't grab it.
Well, yeah, but you grab an underflip.
You don't do underflips.
Underflips are kind of cool.
This is the best.
Trust.
All right.
Says
Well,
no
I can't
one.
do them because
Maybe like today's day, I don't care.
I think
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
anything's cool if you make it look cool.
It is true.
That's
you know
true.
what? All right.
And there's some things that aren't that cool, actually.
This is true. This is proven. I said this the other day. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, there is like everything is, these are complete no tricks that I see all the time, but they're so good. They're making them, look good somehow. Like fucking like a backflip nose grab or some shit.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like-
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you totally. There's someone making the undoable trick look good
Yeah,
as we
but that's
speak.
also opening up a whole can of worms, man. Like that's just not meant to be open. Just leave it.
Right.
There's some illegal tricks. We all know.
Yeah.
We don't even have
Like
to.
grabbing
What's
under your
let's talk
flipping,
illegal
grabbing
tricks.
under your legs.
What's your top 3 illegal tricks? Your big no-nos. Or what's your top 3? Just like what's the biggest illegal trick?
I just
for you?
don't want to be a hater.
Oh.
Well, it's been said a million times on every podcast that the 50-50 front 180 or the half cab on front 180 or the half cab on 360 off. It's common knowledge. But also, like, I probably can't do those tricks. To be honest. So, like, I've never tried.
Yeah.
What about you? What's the number one for you?
Number 1. God, there's so many. Can I list like 20?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you the breakdown on grabs. All right, stale fish, you could do with the back 1. You could do with the back 5.
Can you do straight air stalefish?
You could do straight air stale fish.
Just making sure.
Straight air
Straight
sailfish,
air
you have to turn the board though?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's stale fish, back 180 stale fish. That's good. Back 5 stale. That's good. Back 7, back 3. No, you can't. It just doesn't look good. Back
Uh-oh.
9, and that's it. And that's as far as stalefish go. Japan, you do Japan. You don't really do. See more and more straight air Japans, which is like, I kind of like it now. So that's something that's changing. But Japan back 180, that's good. Japan back
Straight
5.
air Japan is fucking hard and really sick.
It is sick. That's what, on skateboards too. It is sick, but it's hard to do.
Yeah.
But Japan is, you got the back 1, back 5. It's the same thing as fucking
threes.
just tails. No 3s.
No, you can't
back
come-
7
yeah.
Japan you can do. You can do that. You can do that. You can make that
I
look good.
see that.
But other than
I
back
can't do any of
7,
these.
you don't
Sure.
go any higher with the Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just looks terrible.
You heard it here. That's
Yeah.
that is the rule.
And tail grabs, you don't really see them too. I'm sure you could do them nice, but like a tail grab 540, that's I don't know, like it's kind of weird. So there are
Wait, it's good. You could do it or you can't.
tail grab
5.
540. I wouldn't. I wouldn't like tail grab.
Yeah, you're coming out. You're coming out early. Tail 7, like what
Even
Noah did
that's-
in TB3 or whatever it is. That was a pretty sick tail 7.
You, a couple years ago, or maybe this is quite a few years ago now, but you were
Front tail 7.
Front tail 7s are sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, front 3. You know, but
How about front 3 nose? Like it looks
I
like
see
a
them. I
switchback
seen
tail.
them, and people are doing them and making them look
They
good. So
can
that's
look
cool.
good.
And front 7 nose grabs too. Like Aaron Amella had some really good ones.
Yeah,
He was kind of like
yeah.
the first person I seen to kind of be like, oh shit. And front 7 Japans too.
Oh,
That's I don't know.
who can even do that?
Jake Blofeld is a
Nice.
good one, and but like front side spins with Japan is kind of weird, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. That's like just I don't know.
It's going against the way.
And then
that
I
you
don't know.
do it.
I guess I'm just ranting about grabs at this point. But,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
What's the because for me, and I'm not a gatekeeper, and I rode for a company called Rad Air. So let's not.
If I
pretend
can
like
get a
I-
handful of my snowboard, I'm happy.
Yeah, me too.
A what?
But tame dogs, I never liked them.
Oh.
I just always thought they. Well, but I always saw
Fucking
like
called
super
tame
shitty
dog,
ones.
dude.
Yeah,
Who the fuck
yeah.
named that shit? It's
I
a
don't know.
shitty front flip.
Wildcat tame dog. Yeah,
True. I
that's
didn't
what
even think
it's
of
an
that.
opposite
Yeah,
God
thing.
damn
I
it.
never thought of that either.
And they were lame.
But the Wildcats were because of the beers.
Yeah, because those guys were hanging out, bringing GTs up to
Yeah, yeah.
Seymour, doing backflips because they were drunk. Like
did
it
not
wasn't.
know that.
Yeah. Tame dogs for me. I remember being like, oh, they look so yucky going off of everything.
What else? What are the rail tricks that we can't
Mm.
do?
What?
What are the rail tricks that we can't do?
Oh, yeah. I don't fuck with presses.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
remember
it's.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I've
remember
never-
seeing any presses in either of those parts.
No. Because.
Where did that come from? You just chose not to?
Yeah, I just think they look fucking stupid.
It's like a box trick. I could do them. That's the
But
crazy
it's a
thing.
skateboard, like.
Yeah, it's like a manual, but not really.
What about pretzels?
Pretzels are cool.
Those are okay?
Pretzels are cool, but like
If they're
5
done
is like
well.
a good five, like or whatever tail press or
Yeah.
nose press. That to me, I had a mental block with them because there's no fucking wheels to lock you
There's
in or
no
trucks to
truck,
lock you
yeah.
in. So I had this weird vision of always like going in, and like back then the boards didn't press that much, right? So you really had to like to do it
'Cause they were
properly. You had to
camber, right.
fucking like go for it, and I always had like a vision of like slipping off the rail and like tacoing or something like that. So that's just kind of like me being a bitch, really.
Is there a difference between a tail press and a 5.0? Like, is
No,
it like
no, it's-
on if your foot is on versus your tail being
5.0 tail press, same shit
Same shit, huh?
for sure. It's just what they call it. There's one's copying skateboarding, one's just a straight up snowboard term.
Yeah, I kind of like the straight up snowboard stuff, like grabbing fucking method on the nose because I'm old.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause that's
methods are.
snowboard style. Like skate styles between the bindings, snowboard styles like
Well, they do crossbones on
tip
skateboards.
grab. Sure.
Crossbones are like methods. You know, they'd grab the nose, like
Yeah.
yeah. But no, I don't know. And I mean, like, I probably sound like just such a hater right now, but
No, not at all.
it's
Someone who take it
These
seriously.
are the high standards that I was
High
talking
standards,
about
right,
that
right,
I
right.
grew up learning
Mhm.
and understanding.
and it's like I'll watch a video tomorrow and someone will do like some fucking super illegal trick and make it look good and just shut me up. So
But that's also a challenge too, right? Like, because sometimes, I mean, you keep mentioning the Wildcat, they were dorking. But
Yeah, they're just
sometimes when you're
fucking around.
dorking, it just catches on and people are like, oh, I can do a Wildcat. You could do a backflip before and you wouldn't dare. And now you do a Wildcat.
yeah, flip in or flip out. What did they say? It's flipping mad shit. Wildcats.
Was
Yeah.
that the
That's,
slogan?
yep.
One of them.
They were a group that like, so during that time, like you guys could have formed a crew and then had gear and then sold it, like Stony Creek or
Well,
Stony
like-
Mountain gear.
Yeah. Or remember cashless?
Cash the same.
Cashes, like, yeah,
that was
like,
the same thing. Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah.
It was like the shittiest Wildcats started their own shit. like Pete Anderson and Dave Cashin. They're like, oh, we're not cool enough with like Devin and
No,
fucking
that's
the rest
too
of them."
mean. I'm cutting all this out. I like Cashin. But you're
I
right.
love Cashin.
I'm not.
I filmed for the fucking video.
Of course.
I
course.
stayed at his house. He flew me out. I was in Cash's dirty version.
That's so sick. You were a little
And
kid.
I think Dave will be the first to tell you that he was definitely not the best.
Like I said, disclaimer, your thoughts are
It's a joke,
Not
man. The guy's fucking was like,
separate from mine.
I think I've heard. I'm pretty sure I've heard Cashin tell me that Devin owes his career to Cashin.
That's a heavy statement.
That's a big claim. It's a big claim.
well, where's Dave's video parts?
He is a big personality in it, and he's a fun dude.
Well, I
work
know.
with
I
him.
was fucking
And
Dave's
he's
biggest
nice.
fan, by
Yeah.
the way.
Let me
Like,
just say this.
I
'cause-
have his autograph. Like,
Yeah.
ask Dave about
Yeah,
me, man.
yeah.
You know, this is all in good fun.
Yes,
Like,
of course. And I wanted to say, when you're talking about being a stepdad or, helping parent a kid of your girlfriend, however you go about
yeah.
calling that, that you were kind of taking the piss out of yourself, saying some people would be like, "Hey, me might not be a good fit for that." But I've interviewed about 200 pro snowboarders for this thing,
Yeah.
and like some gnarly ones, like Kearns and Johnson, and
Yeah.
not Dave yet, but to a person, those guys are the nicest, biggest
Yeah.
hearts.
Oh, dude, I
To a
love
person,
Dave.
they're the sweetest,
Yeah, man.
and so
Nothing but love for Dave,
yeah.
straight up. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad I'm just
No,
saying if you
no.
look at the, just look at the,
I know what you're saying.
watch
I know
the
what you're
fucking
saying.
videos. Like, half of it's falling.
Yeah,
He's definitely good though, like
Yeah.
for sure. But
pants coming down.
fuck, I know his. You
Dirty
know
Dave.
what? I know his rap.
You know the whole
The
thing.
whole fucking thing.
2626, that whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, do it. You got it.
269 AKA, we live in day to day. Give me a call next time I come around. I am playing for fun, y'all peeps. You best respect me. Doing what I do and I'll judge you. So if you want to judge me, then fuck you. Coming from the east side, outside the west, we never can claim to be the best. Something like that. But yeah, that's his.
That's sick. That's sick.
So yeah, I'm
But he was doing it
huge
with-
Cashin
yeah,
fan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to backpedal. I know what you were saying.
Oh, I know I don't have to.
I was
It's
putting you on the spot there a little bit. That I
No,
would
no,
cut
it's
it
all
out.
good.
I love Dave, and yeah, I worked with him and I watched him get a lot of families into snowboards. Very, very good with kids. Like, here's the guy that you would not from the video parts, you wouldn't pick him to watch your kid.
No, it's funny. My mom, when I was, Little Bastards is a huge part of my life.
Yeah,
So that came out in 99. I'm born in 89, so I was 10 when I got that.
yeah.
And then I would watch that shit on fucking repeat. And you know what? The best part was the partying after the credits.
Whew.
So my mom would, my dad would come out with me and with Dave, Cashin, Pete Anderson, all those people. Like my dad was, in there too.
Sure.
But my mom, when I was like 10 or 11, 10 I guess when it came out, oh, I sure hope you're not going to be like that guy. Who that guy was Dave Cashin on the screen, so...
That's
as a joke, because it's just, any fucking parent letting their 10-year-old watch that shit,
yeah,
they're gonna see some shit.
some serious shit. We couldn't put that on in the store.
My mom was definitely not stoked on that aspect of the snowboard scene that I was really into.
Yeah, no.
know?
Do any videos have that kind of shit in them now?
No, hell no. It's
No,
way too
right?
soft, man.
Well, I think people
If it-
figured out that it's not that cool to party that hard.
Well, yeah, and also they would be fucking thrown in jail probably like 20 times over.
Canceled or something, right?
Definitely.
All that stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I saw some canceled stuff. People just canceling
Yeah,
themselves,
for sure.
like constantly.
But not anymore. People do not think that shit's cool anymore, and
Bring it back, baby.
no, I
Bring it back.
think that's better off just
Yeah.
left alone.
Yeah.
If it was, yeah.
It was a different time. There was like
Let's
a
save
lot
some.
to-
Let's
yeah.
let's save some future careers here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's not that cool.
It's not that cool. You want to fucking blow it before you even got it? Follow that guy.
So what about, okay, so you're on the Dinos team, legendary team. When you guys travel, it's a fucking party, but not that bad, right? You're not breaking hotel rooms. You're just hanging out. It looks like a big, I hate to say it, family, because TJ Snyder was like, Capita was all family. And then at the end, it was like, fucking see you later.
Yeah, that's always how it is.
Yeah.
That-
I feel like, family kind
biggest-
of gets
Overused
but-
for
fucking
sure.
bullshit.
But yeah, there's definitely some partying, but
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty tame on the team though.
honestly, whenever I go on snowboard trips, I feel like the younger kids are like not really drinking that
No,
much.
they're so hyped to snowboard, and
Yeah.
it's sick. It's like I was saying earlier. I think that those days are over.
Yeah.
It's just not.
People are figuring out that it destroys your life, and it's
It's
way
just not
sweeter
worth
to
it.
like feel good and be active.
Right. When we came into snowboarding, the drinking and partying was just like, that was the crowd that was going snowboarding, was like people that were like, fuck you. And then it was
Yeah.
it was kind of like you guys on that bus, right?
Party
like
bus.
we had a party bus
Anglican
too.
party bus.
So I don't think if you join snowboarding right now, there's not a lot of,
I think it's a great
rebellious
time to join snowboarding.
thing.
I
Yeah.
think anything goes. I think everyone is super come on in attitude. There's not really any hostility or beefs anymore, like crew beefs. Everyone's
right.
fucking, because you can't really be like that. You got to be all chippy, Mr. Nice Guy. You just have to be. It's
Is there?
I
is
think,
there
anyways.
someone who's
What do you
mad?
think?
You know the new generation. Is there like one guy who's just like, fuck everybody and saying all the wrong shit, but still killing it with good
Geeves.
stuff?
No,
No,
saying all the wrong shit. Like what wrong shit have I said?
I'm just kidding.
I don't have no one to please, man. I don't know sponsors. Fuck.
No, I think everyone gets along pretty well these days.
Yeah.
Everyone plays pretty
Beefs
nice.
are like people calling out people saying you shouldn't have said that shit, and like,
Or just
smarten up, or that, more of that kind of stuff, as opposed to
Yeah.
like the shit that was going on our time was insane.
like straight up bullying.
Bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like from
So I think
everybody.
I
Yeah.
think it's
all the time.
a perfect time to come into snowboarding. I think
It's much more welcoming
yeah,
for everyone.
for sure.
than it
Less
was
Go
bullying.
get
back
him,
in the day.
sport.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We did it.
FNRad shoutouts this week to Darrah and Andrew. Special thanks to Lane Treater for driving up to Pemberton to pick up Geeves. Our Patreon listeners are the lifeblood of the show, and I want to thank each and every one of them. Tag NewGreens for a sample of the best organic green drink on the planet. And it's time for another 1910 hoodie giveaway, so tag 1910 in any FNRad post for a chance to win. Be sure to come back next week for another episode of FNRad Snowboarding, presented by Skyview Campers and brought to you by FNRad Productions.
Is there anything you want to
Podcast
go over?
with this
Because
I don't know. I just feel sad that we didn't tell some of our classic growing up stories.
we got grinded by a semi once.
Grinded by a semi.
Yeah, Darrah was driving the ski hill and pulled out onto the freeway and didn't fucking check her mirrors, and a
merged.
semi truck just grinded the side of a mirror.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was actually really sketchy.
Everybody was okay, but
Yeah, it was
like,
just
pulled over. And
just us, and
I was like, should we go back and get the
I
mirror?
was like, "Do I go get my mirror?" And I'm just like, "No, you don't go get your mirror. It's in fucking pieces. We all just died." I was like, "Okay."
Oh shit.